Okay. 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 Okay, I've got something coming through. That's good. All right. Please let me know if you can hear me. Just periodically let me know if you can hear me. I'll say hi. Hi, I'm Bo Dewar. I will be your commentator for the noon games, just as I was for your 9:30 games, although for most of that you couldn't hear me because we had computer gremlins. Let's show... Oh. Okay, now I'll say hi. Hi, I'm Bo Dewar. I am... hello to the warm room behind me, Potomac Curling Club in beautiful Laurel, Maryland. Let's show you something more interesting now. It is basically everybody shaking hands and saying hello as we are about to start. There's the wide view. We are about to take the ice for our second round of games. Our feature sheet is sheet B. That is Team McNeil from Potomac. The skip is Alan McNeil. The yellow will be the injured reserve. That's another Potomac team, skipped by Todd Moyer. On sheet A from Potomac, Team Gorianova. That's skipped by Catherine Gorianova, who has had a distinguished junior career. Flowers of Scotland, it has yellow there. That is Green Mountain /Triangle /Potomac, so from all over the place. That's Paul Schultz is your skip. Sheet C, you've got Shaw. That is led by Melvin Shaw and Courtney Shaw, who you may have seen in various places. That is Potomac /Mayfield. They are against Groundsweeper Withy, which is a great name for this Embassy Row Bonspiel, highlighting our Scottish, the Scottish heritage of this lovely game. And that is skipped by Drew Neal. And on sheet D, you have a couple of people that I played with on Wednesday. Denny McLean and Cheryl Kaminska are the front end. The skip is David Schlanger, that is from Potomac. On sheet, the yellows on sheet D, Chad Shulkin is your skip. All right, so now we've covered all of that. This is the first end. And you have not missed anything. No rods have gone through the house or anything. This is yellow, which is the injured reserve, has the hammer. This is their first shot coming through now, setting up a nice little garden. Again, if you can hear me, please let me know in the chat. I have been participating in the chat a good bit, especially when things are not going so well with the webcam. I'm going to switch a little bit near and far here and try to let you see some of the deliveries here. Yeah, in fact, let's do that so you can get a good view of where the rock goes. That was the lead for Team McNeil. The lead was Mike Jones. Bangs into the guard. The lead for Team McNeil should be Mike Jones. I'm sorry, the injured reserve is up now. And the lead for them is TJ Kasser.
Come around it, Steven.
Apparently it was a rock behind. The person who just saw the delivery for red was Mike Jones. Oh, okay. I'm only partially confused. Let's see where this one goes. It's very wide. They're trying to get into the house around those guards. They are giving it a good scrub. Let's get a little closer to that. So, 4 rocks in play. We are, of course, playing with the 5-rock rule. And now it's time for our seconds. And I'll switch now. You will see the second for Team McNeil. This is Kurt Medland. Again, this is assuming they're going in the order in which they are posted. There's Kurt Medland. Let's see where this rock is winding up. Fair amount of pace on that one.
Not going to bury, so leave it high.
Not going to bury, so leave it high is the call.
Yeah, it's not coming around.
All right, there you go.
Control weight, hit and roll.
Let's go back for our near.
Tight 3.
All right, so the second for the injured reserve is Greg Jablonski. It's his delivery.
Yes! Control.
They are certainly on this one.
All the way hard.
Maybe trying to hit and roll off this red, and not quite, just by a hair.
Okay, now over and up.
All right, I'll give you a second look at our red second. This is Kurt Medland for Team McNeil, again from Potomac Club. For those of you just joining us, see right now it's not a lot of you are joining us. The last one we had a lot of triangle people on here.
I think normal's probably fine.
That's fine. I kind of like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. Let it come around. Too late. Might get around.
Yep.
This
Get around,
one
use it, Mike.
might bump off.
Yeah, hard line. Come on, come on. Come on, he turned it. Come on.
I guess perhaps they're trying to bump off that red and get one buried under any of those 4 guards out there. Same shot, a little more ice is the call for yellow.
Yes!
Here is Greg Jablonski with that delivery. Fair amount of weight on this, but it's going straight through.
Okay, yellow. Yes, 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 yes.
So we should be device rods now.
Okay, your vice. You're fine.
Your vice for Team McNeil. And I will always think of Futurama when I hear the word McNeil. This is Gordon Bodner. get a quick look
Let's
at
stretch
that
throws
delivery.
weight instead of that. More weight.
No! We're going to promote.
There's a bit of a delay as I switch between the near and far cameras.
Might be
But
double
that's all
tap.
right. And what have we got here?
Yep.
Tap, tap.
Hard.
They have basically rearranged the guards slightly. And,
Got the guards out.
might make it a little bit more difficult to get to that red rock in the house.
Get rid of it.
Red again has hammer. Team McNeil.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
All right. The injured reserves vice is Erin Moyer. That's her in the hack now, getting ready for her first.
Tap this.
Room.
Yes. Yes, Lord.
Switch. You gotta switch. Yep.
There
Bring it
are sweepers
over.
on this
You
from
gotta
the
be-
beginning, and I don't think they're too happy with this.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
No, it's just another guard.
Okay.
Again, yellow does not have the hammer
Again,
here.
out of this with control. The mix on the
I'm just going to leave
guard.
you with a view of the situation now. You've seen all the players, so I just wanted to give you a quick glimpse of them as they delivered their first rocks.
Yeah, hard line. Hard line.
Second
Way
delivery
to go. Come on.
for Red's vice, Gordon Bodner.
Yes. Promote.
Has a bit of weight to it, but not too much. They're
Fairly nosy.
but they might be able to promote their own here, and indeed they will. Let's look at the overhead of that.
That's good.
All right, there's the overhead. I don't think that red one is biting. I don't think they quite got it there. That shot is already on the way. As you can see here, yellow will peel one guard. All
WS in the front.
right, we are to skip rots now.
Yep.
See a lot of Potomac players are wearing their name tags. I, of course, forgot mine. Alan McNeil is up now. No, you know what? It appears that Kurt Medlin. No, Kurt Medlin's just setting the stone here. Here comes Alan McNeil down the ice.
It's a little bit loud.
And yeah, I will show you. Again, I will show you the various curlers as they deliver their first stone, so you can get a look at who they are. Alan McNeil has the stick out. Looks like he'll be using the stick delivery here.
Same weight.
It's a little less ice than he had.
All right, away it goes. Sweepers are mostly leaving it be, except for just a little there. Let's get a little closer to the action and see where this red rock is going to end up. Is it going to hit and roll off their red and get buried? Just a little nick there, and well, it's sort of buried under their own. Let's again take a look over the house. Line 2 and possibly 3 with the hammer. No, I'm sorry. I believe they have incorrectly marked the hammer on the far scoreboard, because I am counting 2 rocks left for yellow and 1 rock left for red, which is a bit confusing because at the far end, you maybe you'll see on the scoreboard, the hammer is quite clearly on red. I will catch the skip for the injured reserve, Todd Moyer, on his next delivery.
Oh, sweep it.
Taking a look now at yellow.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
No. Bangs one of the red counters to the rear of the house, but it is obviously still in there. It's probably not what they were intending.
Save. Just on right 8 is great.
So McNeil is up for his second. I will get you a shot of Todd Moyer next time he is up.
It's going to be a hair slower, I think. Getting towards the center line more.
All the games are going about the same pace. We're in the first end of all of these. No one has put anything up on the scoreboards yet. Everyone seems to have 1 or 2 rots remaining. Let's take a look at McNeil's delivery. As it comes in fairly wide. Oh, no, as I say that, it starts to curl and kind of die. So another long guard here. So let's take a quick look at the overhead shot here. Red counting 2, possibly 3. And here is the shot for Todd Moyer.
Stay close.
Still some conversations going on here.
Sorry about that heavy draw, guys.
All right, here's the delivery for Todd Moyer. The sweepers are not on this early. Boy, that's wide. That is so wide, it is almost out of play, and the sweepers are not going to touch that at all. I don't know. I did not see the call at the far end. I apologize for that.
Sort of want to try the slower side.
So that would be either 2 or 3. We'll wait for confirmation when they post it. That's 3. That is 3 for McNeil. And that is the only score anyone has put on the board so far. Sheet C with Shaw versus ground sweeper Willie has finished the first end. They have not posted a score.
Still guard or in?
All right, giving you a quick view now of the near. This time I'm sure yellow has hammer because red scored 3. We will get, nope, that's going to get into the house.
I think you're turning them in a little bit.
Partially, Barry.
When they get close to that center line,
What did I sit on it?
Safety, Dave.
Corner.
Take the weight down just a bit.
Throw the back line for adjusting T. You gotta do here.
Yeah. Hard line. Hard line.
touch the white, touch the white.
Come on.
We do have a score on sheet C. That is for the Shaw team, which, as I recall, did fairly well in the Glitter Bonspiel. It was the first one of the season. Team Gorianova, we'll get that by the end of the day. Oh, we have scores on every sheet now, and Lost Handle, featuring a couple of people I played with on Wednesday, has taken 3. So put up the scores now, and you will see those are all scores through one end.
Hard! Really hard! Go, go,
Like heavy draw. That's all.
Second delivery for yellow here. The injured reserve has hogged. They are pushing it through now, as you can see.
Little tight, yeah.
Always have to feel for the leads. They play a situation like this, and they just come out in the ice and play. They often don't really know how the ice is going to react these first couple of ends.
Never.
Seen a couple of shots on other sheets when you're sailing through. Well, this red one, spinning like mad, does not get to the yellow one for McNeil. That's 3 shots down from red. This will be the 3rd shot from yellow in injured reserve.
Pop out.
Going through the house for yellow. Yellow, the injured reserve here, certainly having a bit of trouble with the weight. They do have one in the house.
Yes. Hold it there.
He was pointing straight at the guard. They want to peel their own here. Oh, and here it comes. In fact, they do want to peel that guard, and they do. Very nice shot there. Kurt Bedlin, the Team McNeil second. Reminder, you can ask me questions and so forth just to use the live chat. I do monitor the live chat. I have so many windows open on the screen in front of me that I think I have more windows. I certainly have more windows than I have eyes. But I will keep tabs on the chat if you have any significant questions or any questions. As we have a very wide delivery from yellow that is out of play. So some early struggles here from the injured reserve.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, I think Alan a little more.
Real hard. Come on.
We want to sit there.
Every inch.
You roll under that. I'd rather actually go outside. Okay.
periodically switch to the mid-rear view. And of course, what you're looking here is actually backwards as we look at this view. Sheet B, our feature sheet, is the third one over, and so sheet A is next to it. And as you can see, that shot sails through Team McNeil. So Team McNeil proving they are also human.
It's gotta be.
But you can look at the situation. You know, I'll do more of that when the actions at the far end, so that the sheets line up under their scores. So now Todd Moyer's vice, Aaron Moyer, is up. By the way, I think on sheet C, it looks like Courtney Shaw is skipping. Courtney Shaw wore the most colorful outfit at the Winter Bonspiel. I remember that vividly. And played very well. She and Melvin Shaw participated in a lot of these doubles events. That's a much better shot for yellow. More or less freezing. Oh, no, not quite freezing. There's more space than. Now to have a chance to look out the window at it, there is maybe a third of a rock's width between those two stones. So this is the second delivery from Team McNeil's vice, Gordon Bodner. And it is probably not going to stop where they. No, it's not going to stop at all, is it? Boy, that came out there heavy. So it's looking like a good opportunity here for the injured reserve team in yellow to get back on the score sheet. That they don't have much under guard. In fact, they have nothing guarded actually. There are no guards out there, as you can see from the view I just switched to. So they're just going to throw one onto the button. That was the shot from Aaron Moyer, their vice. And that's a very good shot. So we'll see if McNeil tries to throw the double here, which would be quite interesting. All right, McNeil is in the hack for the first of his deliveries now.
One more inch.
Well, I say that. He's in the hack. He's just still looking for placement of the broom. And there it goes. Oh, boy, he gives a little run. He has a stick delivery. I don't know if he's trying to impart a ton of weight to this. Is he going for the double? Let's see. He gets one. All right, let's get the overhead view. That is not the overhead view. That is not the overhead view. All right, well, let's stick with that view. All right. All right, so now let's give the overhead view. Ah, much better. So you can see where yellow is. And pretty well placed now. Whatever they put here, McNeil will have one more shot at it. Yellow, of course, has the hammer. McNeil scored 3 in the first. A steal of 3. Oh, they've corrected the hammer placement on the far scoreboard, which is nice of them, so you can in fact see that it was a steal of 3. That was the only steal of the first end across our 4 sheets. This one from Moyer is heavy, and it is not going to stick around. So that is a disappointment for Team Moyer.
All right, front line.
If we were one, I would have promoted, but
Right. Barely, but enough.
Sheet C has finished its second in, but I don't have a score on that as yet.
6 is fine. 3 or 6.
Sheet A appears to be our slowest.
9.
It's the safe play. We don't have to play. We don't have to play right now.
And no one has marked the score.
Solid nuggets.
Solid takeout. Just steer me contact. I didn't care if she rolls out right there.
Sheet D, my sweeping partners from Wednesday on Los Handle. Seeing if they can get a takeout. They can. Here comes McNeil's final shot at last. That seemed to take a long time to figure out what they were going to do. Of course, what they're going to do is take out 1 yellows.
yeah, line's good. Bring it back.
That will leave Todd Moyer with the injured reserve. That will leave him a fairly open shot for 2. Again, early in this second set of games, the second draw, you can. Some people struggling with their weight just a bit. In fact, the last shot from Todd Moyer went through the house. Did not score anything.
Heads up, boys, heads up.
This one on the way. The sweepers are not on it at all, but I do think it's going to stick.
That's not bad.
Oh, no. I don't know, it's not. It is coming straight through. So that will just be 1
Even nose is
for the injured reserve.
Just 10. Yes! Yes! Hard! Hard! You gotta go hard, Melvin. Really, really hard.
All right.
Hard, hard, hard. Okay.
All right, most of the action now at the far end. Well, I say that. Sheets B and C. Now, and sheet C has updated the score for me. Ground sweeper Willie came up with 1 in response. So they've traded singles through 2 ends. So it is 3-1 McNeil on sheet B.
Yeah, it is. Line's a little tight.
I will switch views for you and do the scores
Looking for
again.
3-4. It looks like a lot more from here, though.
Boy, injured reserve really struggling with the weight. They're putting. Well, no, that one's going to hang around at the back of the house.
Yeah, finish hard. Finish hard. Just ball. Get it over in front of you. Okay.
Come to it.
10.
That needs to get a lot better, a lot faster.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Where's that piece
looks like Menil may be struggling with the weight a little bit too as that one sails through.
Same shot. I'm okay with top 4.
Same idea.
Sheet D, it just looks like this end is going forever. Sheet A, I think we just had a big end for Flowers of Scotland.
Line's real good. Yeah, it's a little ground over right there, so that's a good grip.
Nova heading back to put the score up there.
Make sure it's top 12. Yep. Yep.
Or just the collector slider.
All right, type 3.
You fell, right?
10 again.
Yeah, I like this line a lot better. How heavy? Mine's fine. Mine's fine.
Yep. Whoa.
Finish it. I only want to freeze.
Yes. Whoa. I'm also not used to our
Just like I get a short sheet, a score update on A. I
Yes,
think that was maybe 3 or 4 for Flowers of Scotland.
Back 4.
Sheet D just has the end that will never end. I think we're looking at a final.
How much?
Yeah, that was the final delivery for them. That appears to be a 2.
All the way for weight.
Oh yeah, come on.
I don't update the scores though until I see someone put it on the scoreboard because I do not have a perfect view
As far as you can get
either
it.
the cameras or my seating position.
Need that rudder. Beautiful center line. All right.
Melvin, you like the draw?
Guard, 3 biters good too. No, I know.
Just 4.
Yes!
Yeah, these teams simply not as good as the other teams about putting their scores up. I believe that was the ground sweeper Willie crew. They seem to be the most animated of the teams out on the ice right now. Certainly having a lot of fun with this.
Draw down to the pile. A little tap on theirs would be great. But plan A is sit in front. Just bumper. Focus on groove.
Line's good. Got room.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, they finally put a score on the board on sheet D. That was indeed a double.
Yes. Yes. Up.
Sheet A, I'm showing you with Gloria Vanova with a 1-0 lead. That is obviously not true. Flowers of Scotland with several. In fact, I'm going to go now and find out how much that was.
I don't mind this either. Yeah, let's do that. Guard, a little less weight, not much less.
Where?
I only need tap. Back line's good.
Not
I
yet.
want you to come this way.
Can't touch it. Might dig in
Okay,
and stop it.
Try, Steven.
And there you go. Flowers of Scotland had 3.
Yes! Yes! Hard! Not gonna hold it, hopefully.
The voice of Alan McGill coming loud and clear as he wanted swept and didn't want it swept. No. Maybe they should have led off on that one because that just sails through the house.
I need you to give me more, Kurt. I need you to give
We are to Vice rods now on sheet B. Team McNeil's Vice. As Gordon Bodner is up for his first delivery. And yes, I can confirm that it is Courtney Shaw throwing fourth rods for Team Shaw on sheet C. Melvin Shaw is listed to skip, but it is Courtney Shaw throwing the last rods. We have people struggling with weight on sheet B.
Here is good. I also don't mind here. I'm going to bring us this way. If it overcurls, it's fine. This light's okay, I think. Preferably biting white, but if it's high, it's okay. Yeah, go ahead if you can. Push if you can. If it needs it.
In fact, you can actually see Courtney Shaw's first delivery.
All right, let's try and get a full white. It's a little narrow for the guard. Make sure we're there.
They have the hammer against ground
Stay
sweeper
close,
Willie.
stay close. Clean.
Ground sweeper Willie's skip. Goes for Neil.
And that result's better than regular.
That'll work. That's pretty good.
We don't have the far view up here because sheet C is down to, this is the last spot for ground sweeper Willie. Courtney Shaw will have her last. And there's ground sweeper Willie trying to take out that shot. Oh, yeah, so they get that all the way out.
You gotta play it.
Like this? Like how much weight? Like back? It's not there.
Let's have this one back. You're like back 12.
So over on sheet C, which is the third one that you will see, that you can see in that camera view. Over on sheet C, you can see Courtney Shaw is facing 2, maybe 3.
Yeah.
So difficult shot. Oh, she really just has to take out that yellow to get her single. That shot is on the way to Courtney Shaw. Again, that's the third from the left of the sheets that you can see right here. Sheet C.
You got it. Art. Stay on it. You got it.
Sweeper's really on this one. Past the guard. It's going to hit the yellow. That should be 1. In fact, I usually wait for confirmation. I'm going to go ahead and say that is 1 for Team Shaw. 3 ends. They are the first of our sheets to make it through 3 ends. Injured reserve puts 1 through the hit stop.
Just waiting, just waiting, just waiting. Whoa, just waiting.
So back to our feature sheet. We'll show you kind of a convoluted house. It looks like red might be shot. Red has the hammer back. They scored 3 in the first. Injured reserve scored 2. No, injured reserve scored 1 in the second answer.
Okay, make it good, Dad. By 4. Give it this by 4.
How's the weight? Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just, like control it.
McNeil again, very deliberate before he delivers this rock. All right, he steps out of the hack now.
A little extra ice.
Sweeper's relieving draw. They can get it partially buried past that yellow. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Now red has a lot of backing. And red has hammer. So yellow is going to have to do something. Let's see.
This is mine.
All right, what's your call here? Do you try to freeze to that red?
This is what I want. That's mine.
Right now the line.
That seems like the best play. That would certainly limit McNeil to 1.
Wait, don't wait.
But again, remember, you play a freeze, you really start to wait.
Where are we?
Hard.
Hard, Bella.
That delivery is already on the way. The Moyer team, injured reserve, really not spending as much time on its skid rocks. This does not look like it's freezing unless it curls a ton. And it is curling a ton. And that is actually a pretty nice shot. Again, a lot of backing there. So yellow is shot. Second shot is hard to tell. So there might be a shot from McNeil. No. Boy, it's a very difficult shot to get that yellow all the way out.
You gotta worry about the jam. Gotta get to know.
We'll see what they do. All but one of our games still in the second end. There's only sheet C, the Shaw versus Grand Sweeper Willie game that is in the third. They're moving along at a pretty good clip. And I'm guessing that is Morgan Shaw you are hearing on the ice noise there. Again, feel free to chat with me. I've got a chat window open for that reason. I know where you're watching from. You're maybe from Philadelphia and watching the Ground Sweeper Willie crew, or from Central Virginia. They have people from Central Virginia in that rink as well. This is a mostly Potomac second draw. Flowers of Scotland is mixed. Free Mountain Triangle mixed in with Potomac. The Shaw team has one from Mayfield, or one or two. I know both Melvin and Courtney Shaw are from Potomac. Alan McNeil now with his last delivery. Sweepers on it right away. I think this is going to do the job in terms of getting 1. No, right on that guard, and that is going to be a steal of 1 for the injured reserve, which has now played its way back into the game. Sheet D, I'm going to see if I can show you this house, because it is quite interesting. Yep, there it is on the far house wall. You're looking at sheet D over on the left of your view right now. And we still have, my goodness, red has the hammer. That is lost handle. They're facing a whole lot of yellows, and there are still 2 rods to go for red, 1 to go for yellow. I am just going to show you that house. And see yellow line 2. So here we go with red. The skip is David Schreinger. F.L. Etten is down the other end. She's the vice. And we have Denny McLean and Cheryl Kamiska. Both Wednesday curling buddies of mine, sweeping for this rock. Again, to repeat, this is sheet D. I've switched over to it because they're coming to the end of an intriguing third end. This shot is on the way. This looks like it's going to rearrange some things in the house. Fair amount of weight. Sweepers have been off it. Fair amount of weight, but it's not going to hit anything. Oh my. If Shulkin can close off that bit of the ice, they will be looking at a big score here. Or, no, I guess it's the old 2. If they want to be really aggressive, they can try, although it'll be difficult. You can kind of see at the bottom of the screen there are some more guards there. I was going to say if they could get that red one out that is probably counting third right now, they could be on the way to a really big score, but that would leave the button open for a draw for 1. Also, I just don't think they can get to it. So Shulkin here should be able to plug up that gap and just make it difficult for Lost Handle to make it to 4 foot. Either score 1 or limit the damage. That rock is on the way. They start to sweep it when it gets past the middle. It looks like it's going to bump a little bit off. Yeah, that's not even in your view right now, and I don't think I have a view that will show you where that is. No, that doesn't really help, does it? All right, let's go with the overhead shot. Again, this is sheet D. I've switched over from our future game to see what we can see here. Hello, S.A. Cole. Go Shaw. Yeah, I will probably be able to show you some of that because that is on sheet C. That is fairly close to our cameras. And I can tell you that they have a couple of guards in front, and groundskeeper Willie has just taken one of theirs out. They're moving along at a pretty good clip. I think we're already a skip rods in that. My goodness. So they are almost a full end ahead of sheet D right now. A quick update. Gloria Nova scores 1 in the third end. So that is now 3-2 through 3. All right, final rock is on the way on the sheet D, which I'm showing to you right now. Can Lost Handle at least limit the damage here against Team Shulkin? Sweepers are on it, trying to drag it into the 4 foot, maybe even to the button, and no, they are just not quite going to be able to do it. That looks like 2 for yellow. Again, it's a little bit hard to tell from our overhead view, so I may wait until they post that to give you the score of that. And in the meantime, let's get back to our feature sheet. So the sheet B, where you can tell.
How up behind our guy?
Where you can tell everything is rather clean. There is a yellow. Oh yeah, there is a yellow that you're seeing now. Again, that was the view. The back of the house is on top in that view.
Drop that. If it's going, repair it.
So McNeil puts one into play. I may switch to sheet C in a little bit and show you what's going on. Oh, I see confirmation now on sheet D that was indeed steal 2 for Shulkin.
I'm gonna just go more. Just make sure.
Go ahead and get you to sheet C on the right-hand screen. Again, you're still watching your features from the game. Sheet B on the left. Sheet C with Courtney Shaw delivering her second. So Courtney Shaw delivering her last right here. Taking out ground sweeper Willie's counter right there. So hammer now for ground sweeper Willie. They are a mix of Philadelphia and Central Virginia. So they're going to make that red one disappear. The question is whether or not they keep theirs in score 1 or whether they blank it. Speaking of blanking, we have the 6th rock now coming from yellow 1 hour on our feature sheet. As you can tell, it just sort of rearranges the guards. Oh, no, they managed to get that one. That one is buried. Red could probably still hit a piece of it. And while that was happening, I didn't look at what happened on sheet C. So is that a blank or a 1? Let's see if anyone can give me.
How about we do the same thing they just did the other direction?
Because we can't kiss off the front line.
Not theirs, off of ours. Let the guards open, expose theirs, and roll in.
No one's looking at it.
Mine's pretty good.
So. 1 on sheet C, thank you.
3 then.
All right, so ground sweeper Willie kept that shot in. I don't know if they would have preferred to blank that or not.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
So on your scores, ground sweeper Willie and Shaw are already through 4 ends. They are playing at a blazing pace. They are in less than an hour. They've gone through 4. Everyone else is still in the 4th end. And we'll switch back to our feature game where someone is standing in the way, but as we see another redstone. I cannot remember seeing a Bonspiel here with so many, granted it's the second one I've seen. I cannot remember seeing this many shots going through.
Actually, dual in.
Really are a ton of them here.
Okay, whoa.
Oh, they're going the other way.
Nice.
It's right there, just draw.
My kid's therapist says that's bad.
Yes, line! Yes!
If you can't like
Hard all the way, guys. Hard all the way. Hard, hard, hard.
try and hit control.
I know it. Whoa. Play rudder. Yep. Oh, whoa now. It's outside the rudder. It's outside the rudder.
All right, Todd Moyer delivering now
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
for the injured
Hit the
reserve.
hell out of it. Here, take that.
Pretty sure this is his
Like this,
first.
Coleman?
Yes, indeed, that was the first delivery of this end for the injured reserve sweep.
Whoa, we got a lot of room.
Alan McNeil
Jules,
surveying the house with his second, Gordon Bodner.
just get him. Like
fairly wide open
Oh, God.
house. There's just the one yellow.
Sorry, Steven. That's actually good. I never did get that far. It's good, though.
Just,
I almost think Courtney
Becky.
Shaw will finish this before McNeil gets going. But every sheet is in the fourth end except the Shaw ground sweeper Willie game, which is in the fifth. And going along at a good clip, sheet C. Actually have the fourth delivery, the last of the lead rods is way now. And it's like all four of them are in play, and well, of course, the 5 rock will expect them to be in play, but it's like a red in the house. All right, so back to our feature sheet because Alan McNeil is finally ready to deliver. He just gives a little stroll on this one. It doesn't seem to be putting a ton of weight.
Does that look great?
I did not see what the final decision was on there. They called. The sweepers are really on it, trying to drag it past the yellow guard. It is not going to do it. So we have a whole bunch of guards, and suddenly that really complicates things for McNeil. Now yellow has one in the house. There is more traffic in front, looking fairly difficult to get anything. They can certainly still hit that, but that's a tough shot.
Yes! Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're going to be winning that. What? Yep, Melvin. Try. Yep, both of you. Go. Line's fine. Get it in. Get it in hard. Hard. Okay, we probably should have switched back. Okay.
Same deal, just got to get out to the broom.
Todd Moyer is in the hack now for the injured reserve.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
I'm going to try to keep an eye on each sheet
Hard,
as
guys,
they
hold
go
it.
because these people are not good about putting their scores on the scoreboard. It really hurts your webcaster here.
Come on!
Moyer, I don't know if he's trying to thread the needle and get one into the house. It looks like he is getting past the guard. Sweepers really on this. They have been for a while. It does get into the house. I'm sure they would love to bury that.
There's about 2 to 3 inches between them, so
Well, they got a lot of that. Let's take a look at the
this
overhead.
side of nose, we're pretty close to nose. Top 4.
Yeah, let's take a look at the overhead there, and you can see, again, the rocks will be coming from the bottom of your screen as you look at that right view. McNeil has made his way down to the other end. I guess he is going to try to get through that port, get to the yellow, get to the 4-foot somehow. Maybe he can, no, I don't even think he can sneak past the yellow and get to it. I think he actually has to get through there with enough force to move that yellow one out of scoring position. It's going to be tough because he's going to have to move it through the 4-foot and probably a good way into the 8-foot. Make a red rock count here.
Yeah, but all we're going to do is push
once this shot is done, now we'll switch over to sheet C for all of you Melvin and Courtney Shaw fans.
Good weight, Paul.
McNeil has delivered the hammer here. It is got a fair amount of force on it. It is going to rack on the guard. Nothing is going on there. That is a steal of 2. Injured reserve with a couple of steals in a row. And as much as they've struggled with their weight, they have sent a lot of shots through the house. They now have a 4-2 lead.
Yellow rock to work with them.
Now, let's see.
The other place I was thinking
I have
was
switched
here.
to sheet C on our.
You like this
At least in
one?
my case, I know that. Center guard.
Which do you prefer?
Okay, I'm seeing if I can get both. No.
How much do you have of this?
Can they hit it?
What?
Play this one.
So here.
Get me all the way to top 4 if we're in the house. Yeah. Line. Make sure we're in.
I don't think I'm
Something
showing
about
the
that
right
rock
sheet
is
here.
cutting every time.
Whoa, line.
All the way in.
Make sure it's back 8 then. Back 8. If it unless
I did that time. I went
Okay,
out another 6
5 then.
inches and then it dove.
even as high as you can, then
Something about rock 1 every time.
Jules,
Clean it good and watch the cut.
No, I am showing the right sheet. On the left of your screen, that is sheet C, and you can see that Team Shaw has put a third one in scoring position. So sheet B, I'm showing you the early part of
that's not a terrible spot.
the 5th end between Team McNeil and Andrew
Or
Reserve.
maybe like this. Let's give this a shot. We're
And
gonna
showing
hit
you
this
the
one.
end of the 5th
Like
end
normal. Is it in?
on sheet C. Actually, not even the end. Boy, they seem to have slowed down a bit. Because we are only on vice rods here. Team Shaw has the hammer.
Nose is fine. Roll to center is better.
Whoa.
This is the last of the vice rods now for ground sweeper
Yep.
Willie.
Hard! Go. Yep.
This might take out a couple of the Shaw rods.
Pretty good ball.
Takes out one
Pretty good.
and
Aaron.
hard to see. I think red is still in line 2 at this point.
3 or 6.
For 2.
I think I just heard 3 or 6 or 2 on
We need
sheet
to
C,
score
which sounds almost
multiple
like a
if we
Chicago
feel-
song.
We'll definitely score, but you can't move it though.
Sheet A is on its 5th end. I have no idea what happened in the fourth over there. Sheet D is still playing the 4th.
Yes! Line's fine. You can go if you need to.
Yes!
Yes! Hard! It's really tight.
Contact!
All right, rock on the way for the Shaw team. This is the last of the vice rods.
Yes! You gotta try to champ it off.
Really came down.
Oh boy.
Really fit in.
I don't mind this, right? I don't have it. Yeah.
Upper, get rid of it.
Yeah, like, you don't do that. Would you rather? I don't think it's
D is taking forever.
way you can get here. I'll be heavy enough to get there. If it's going real
They're still on
heavy,
their skip rods in the
we'll hit
4th
that.
end.
Like here. Like
All the way down.
we can try it.
Good job, guys. Good job.
I mean, this is great. All right, so let's no, I don't like those. I want to be here. All right, so either just roll over or draw them. I like that.
On sheet A, I may actually may actually whisper down the table here and see if anyone can get an update on what happened in the 4th.
I'm not sure I do, but I'm doing it anyhow.
All right, so we have skip rods
Go ahead. Way out.
on the left of your screen. Skip rods on the left of your screen where I'm showing you sheet C. On sheet B, we can see over there we're still fairly early in that end.
Just a little wide, it didn't move.
Sheet C, we have that delivery coming from ground sweeper Willie. It is maybe aiming at one of these reds. And it got it. So red now still lying 1 and still guarded.
All right, reach a jab possibility.
We'll see if they end up continuing their exchanges of singles. Each team is in 4 ends each end. The hammer has scored 1. Sheet D, meanwhile, seems to be finally finishing up the 4th end. With a delivery here from Chilton. They are...
Even over here, it's not bad.
There's a red counter in there for lost handle. Chilton gets it to the 4-foot, and it is swept just beyond. That looks like a...
Sit on it.
And lost handle actually has the hammer.
Here?
So. All right, meanwhile, back on sheet C, which is again on the left of your screen.
Okay.
Yeah, because the only, I think one person who's
Yeah, I think
watching is
that's
on sheet.
Feels
Watching
heavy.
Shaw. And also, they were speeding on much faster than himself.
Where's the break? He's actually
And yes, you guys are correct. Sheet C is the close view. Sheet B is the wide view. Of course, sheet B is almost catching up because this one seems to be a little complicated. Courtney Shaw now is delivering the first of her skip rocks for Team Shaw.
Get one!
You'll see that, and then we will introduce the second commentator. Oh, no.
Yeah, there's a certain grind, right? Good.
Now can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Hi, I'm Brian. Hi, Bo. How's it going?
Hi. So Brian and Bo here, delivering you through the rest of the noon games. Couple of them going at a fast pace. Sheet D is not, and Sheet D lost handle drawing for 2, but I don't, no, they're not going to get it. So that is going to be 1 for red over there. To even things up at 4-4 through 4 ends. Everyone else is pretty far into their 5th. Shaw versus ground sweeper Willie quite far into their 5th.
They're a little, like you mentioned earlier, they're a bit more complicated than our game on sheet B. There's a lot of rocks just beyond the view of the house there that you can't really see that are clogging up the guard area.
Right, there is a longer guard in front of the 2 rocks you see there toward the center line of the house.
Sheet B right now is looking like it's
2 for yellow, and he's going to...
Oh, he got a double.
Got
Nice.
both of them. Great shot from Team McNeil there for their second, Gordon Bodner.
A lot more straightforward there in that sheet. No guards in play, just rocks in the house.
Ground sweeper Willie seems to be throwing with a fair amount of force at all the guards here. This is going to be interesting. Watch the outside of your screen. Boom, boom. Out go the yellows.
Nice job of opening that up, though. Now that red is looking awfully lonely in there. If they don't get a guard up.
It is indeed. We do have the last, but that was the last shot for ground sweeper Willie. So
it is. Oh, yeah, you're
so
right.
we are down to 1 shot for Shaw.
So it's a draw for 2 for
It is a
Courtney.
draw for 2 for Courtney Shaw. Not dressed quite as colorfully as she was for the Glitter Bonspiel, but of course the Glitter Bonspiel lent itself to
it's a little bit of a different event there.
It is a bit of a different event. There are some people out here in Scottish tartans of various kinds.
I don't see any kilts. Oh, no, wait, there is 1 kilt. 1 kilt on sheet D, looks like. There is at least 2 kilts on the early draw.
Yes, there were.
Bye, baby.
All right, Courtney Shaw delivering the hammer here on sheet C.
Just tap this back.
And then I will switch back to sheet B because they have almost caught up. They were way behind sheet C a little bit earlier, but now they have just about caught up. All right, so here's the hammer now for Courtney Shaw.
Hey, clean.
Anything in the 8 foot gets her 2.
Yes. Yes. All yours. Yes.
They are sweeping it a bit, but not a lot of panic there.
Good.
The other end. We hear that it's good.
Very nice.
That's 2 for
It
Team
is good.
Shaw.
It's 2 for Team Shaw.
Yes.
All right, so now I will confuse you all much less. There you go. Now, oh, I probably should have gone with that view the whole time. I apologize, because that actually shows you a lot of what's going on.
It's a lot wider than I remember.
It is a lot wider. I don't know if Michael adjusted things or not, but yeah, it is. It is showing you A, B, and C there, all right underneath the scores, except I do not know the score on sheet A because they refuse to update their scoreboard.
Oh yeah, they still haven't put up the.
They still have not put up the 4th end. They took a while to put up the 3rd as well.
So that was a nice draw by Todd Moyer. They are now sitting 2.
I'll give you a quick overhead view of that. Oh, thank you. There you can see there that they are
I'm
sitting.
not sure if that one in the top or bottom right-hand corner of your screen there is actually touching or not, but they are definitely at least sitting 2.
I want to make sure you're in normal. I'm more concerned about the
Yeah, indeed. Let's.
Sit this. Like bumper.
Regardless, Alan McNeil is in a bit of trouble. He's got to try to find a spot to. He'll probably still be able to get his 1, almost no matter what happens.
And we'll leave this view up. This will show you both the longer view. No long guards in play here. It's just in the house. In fact, since it's just in the house, I will just show you the house, and then you can all debate at home whether or not that 3rd yellow is counting. I am trying to get a view of sheet A score, and they do not have one. Oh, maybe Andy, who is wearing a kilt, will let us know who scored in the 4th on sheet A, because they are not updating their scoreboard.
Alan just, I think he was trying to throw the hit and roll on that one and just went dead straight. Didn't do anything, so now Todd has another chance to draw another rock in somewhere to make Alan's draw for a single a lot harder.
I have not seen this many shots go through the house since I played a few days ago.
Was that intentional or not intentional?
Mine were not
I'm assuming you're not meaning to throw it through the house.
Generally, no.
Sometimes if you have a big lead, you throw it through the house intentionally.
Right? Sometimes my skip, I think, just calls for me to throw it through the house just so I don't mess anything up.
That is another approach, yeah.
Yeah. As I said, if you're listening to the 9 o'clock.
Another rock through the house on sheet C.
That one looks like it just didn't curl.
What do you want me to do?
They've updated the scoreboard on sheet A, but naturally 3 people are standing in front of it, so we can't quite see how many Flowers of Scotland got. Flowers of Scotland leads by more than 3-2. Everyone is in the 5th end right now, except for sheet C, the Shaw ground sweeper relay game, which is in the 6th.
You care which way you want to call? Normal. Back control.
All right, the last rock coming in our feature game now from the injured reserve. They have 2 in the house. How difficult can they make it for Alan McNeil's last? Oh, and now I should see that score on sheet A. I'll update it momentarily. Let's take a look at this shot first. Sweepers are on it. It is going to get into the house. It is nicely split there. Oh, no, it's not going to get into the house. I am sorry. There you can see on the multicam, kind of guards the scoring area a little bit. there you see the updated scores. And again, all of these are through 4, except on sheet C, which is through 5. They are coming back towards us now. They have started the 6th. Alan McNeil is making his way back down the ice to deliver the hammer. There is plenty of room for him to draw and get his one.
Oh, you're so close. Good try.
How do you refer to in-turn and out-turn when you're delivering with a stick? Oh my goodness, Alan McNeil was falling. Fell as he delivered. He did not hit his head. The rock did get delivered. He slipped through what seemed like his last step. The question is going to be whether it rests on the guard, and it looks like it is. In fact, it looks like it's going to push that guard into the house. That is 3 or 4 for yellow. That just an unfortunate accident there for Alan McNeil.
Well, he said he was okay. He does not appear to be okay.
No, he is
kind of dragging himself
off the ice. We're not going to show that. That would be, I think, a little. I don't want to say offensive.
He's definitely not okay.
He is definitely not okay. Well, someone's saying he's okay, but he is traveling to his feet now using the help of. Boy, I don't know. Well, now he's standing. We can actually hear him through the window here saying he's all right. All right, so we're going to switch the view here. And now, you are looking at a backwards view because we are, because I've switched to the near side camera, or switched looking towards us. Almost see me wave. Oh, and confirmation, that was a steal of 4 for the injured reserve. Looks like, I guess that other one was biting. So that score is now updated through 5. Still at the 5th end in progress on sheets A and D. We're now in the 6th in our middle 2. Dead center of the screen, as you're looking at right now, is sheet B. Sheet C is actually the one on your left. Sheet A is over to your right. You are not seeing much because they are going the other direction right now. But if you'll all forgive me, I might go to the multicam again because the Shaw, we have another interesting situation with the Shaw game. It doesn't look as interesting on there, and this time sheet C is on the right. So B on the left, C on the right. C, the game between Shaw and Groundsweeper Lilly. Groundsweeper Lilly has the hammer, having given up the double in the 5th. These games both in the 6th end. What you cannot see on sheet C, and I probably won't be able to show you, is that there are 3 guards out in front, all kind of hugging the center line. Delivery on the way now. This should be Melvin Shaw. I guess Melvin is delivering the vice rots at this point, and that is the last of those. It comes to rest, leaving a 4th guard.
It's not, didn't really do the job though. It's a little wide of that shot, so you can see them Team Groundsweeper Willie lining up the takeout of the red that's in the house.
And that seems
got to get around the guards, but
that is indeed the call. The sweepers are on it. They need to get it past all the guards, and this, well, our ankle's tough. I think it's going to nick that guard, though. No, it doesn't.
Made it by.
No. Oh my goodness, it just made it by.
think if you
That is a great result for ground sweeper Willie. Should love to get a double here and even things up against Team Shaw. Courtney Shaw now taking a long look at this before she goes back to the other end of the ice. On our feature sheet, sheet B, even with that longer view, you can't see two of the rots that are in play. There are two rots just over the hog line. Red just put one just by the center line. Yellow has one next to it, to the right as you're looking at this. Still very early in that end. We're going to stick with the Shaw game over on the right. They are taking aim, as you can tell, at the one that's on the right of your screen.
Well, that's a little tight.
It's a little tight. It looks like a
sweep it to get a hit.
Yeah, it looks like a control. Wait, looks like she's trying to hit and roll. If she can get it, yeah, she got around the guards, but too much. Just hit that a little thin. That rock does stick around, but not by much. And Yellow has shot.
It's fun to watch them down here.
And they have a chance to draw in for a second counter around all of the guards that are out in front too.
They do.
Get right back in this game if they make a good shot here.
Again, well, this has been a tight one. This has been one of our better games of the day so far. Of course, we were lucky in our last one that the feature sheet had the best game. By the way, a quick update from sheet A. Flowers of Scotland with a steal in the 5th, go up 7-2. They have not yet finished the 5th on sheet D. Ground sweeper Willie, one of them wearing a Flyers cap here in Capitals country, which is perhaps not the best idea, but they seem like a fun group of people, so we'll forgive them. I should remind you of the Flyers did not win the Stanley Cup last year. The Capitals did.
The Flyers trying to make up for it, though. They have a cool mascot. So.
Yes, a mascot that got something like 70,000 write-in votes for governor in the recent election.
So they did come up a bit short on that draw. It ended up crashing on one of the guards.
They did, and now Courtney Shaw would have. Tell you what, let's go to see if there is a shot that will.
I think there's a double. Yes. You think so? Yeah. Well, it looks like we're going to try to okay.
Tries. Okay.
Yeah. So on the left side there, you can see the guards that are facing Team Shaw. They're trying to draw around all those guards. So there's a really long one and then about 3 ones that are very close to the house.
Right. So get that into your head as you see people sweeping on sheet B, our featured game, where they will have a bunch of red guards up in front. So bear that in mind as I switch now back to this view where you can see where Courtney Shaw with her last rock, again yellow ground sweeper Willie has the hammer. Courtney Shaw tried to draw around a whole hassle of guards here.
That's curling pretty hard.
That is.
Sweet. Oh wow, that's just.
That is not.
It's close though.
Oh,
it might still have it.
It might.
No.
Just nicks the guard, but can it get into the house? It does get into the house. But yellow has shot, as you can see on your screen.
I think he's trying to decide now whether or not it's safer to try to draw or maybe hit and roll. Based on that, everything. He tried to draw the last time, came up short. Courtney also tried to draw and it curled too much. So is the hit and roll easier than the draw at this point?
Well, it will be 1 or 2 for yellow here, barring a bizarre shot in which they somehow get their own yellow out and don't stick one. We are playing the 6th end of a 4 in the game. So will that affect their decision making at all?
I think where he has the ice looks like just draw. Also, a quick update, it looks like on sheet D they blanked their 5th inning. So
they did.
That game is still tied after 5.
And so now every game is in the 6th, but we're looking at the hammer on sheet C, again on the right hand of the screen. Sheet D has just started the 6th, and sheet B is getting interesting, as you can see, but let's look. Watch now the, oh boy, this could be tricky on sheet C.
Curl, it's got a curl.
It's got a curl by a lot, and it is not. That is going to be 1 for ground sweeper Willie. That is 1, so the Shaw team actually, it's been a good game, but they're in decent shape now, up 1 with hammer going into the 7th.
So back on sheet B, Gordon made a really nice shot and a little raise tap back to put his Red Rock in the back 4.
That is now sheet B on the right-hand side. You're getting 2 views of sheet B right now.
And now Kurt Medlin's trying to follow it in and get right into the button area. Pretty close, pretty good shot. And I think he is shot rock.
From the overhead, it certainly appears to be that way.
Lovely shot there.
Yes, line. Real tight.
Well, sheet B, both teams struggle in the early going, then have played very well the last couple of ends. Of course, the score up. Unfortunate with Alan McNeil literally taking a tumble on his last delivery of the 5th end. Surely affected where that stone wound up. Create a steal of 4 for the injured reserve. That again, I think.
So McNeil now is trying to just tap that yellow back a bit, maybe get a little flop over.
Looks like they'll get past the first range of guards. Are they going to get past this red guard? They are not.
Almost opened it up a bit, so now they can see more of that yellow rock.
They can. In fact, it looks like Moyer is going to try to drop one right there into that port.
Not down. Up front, Dad. Gotta get out to the roof.
If he's successful there, that would just about block off all the options for Alan McNeil.
Still tight.
We are to skip rocks now. Mike Moyer is... No, sorry, Todd Moyer. I know a Mike Moyer, so that's going to be confusing, but Todd Moyer is doing his little brushing routine as he gets ready to deliver his rock. They, again, McNeil, of course, has the hammer.
Okay.
All right. Aaron said 75. Okay.
Moyer aiming very wide. Anything that creates a difficulty in that channel will be a good shot for Todd Moyer here. Hurtling, but it's also really slowing down. Sweepers are on this one quite hard.
Yeah, they were trying hard to encourage the curl on that one. I don't think they quite really did the job. Still got a view of that yellow through the hole.
It's a tough one, though. That is.
It made the hole a bit tighter, for sure.
It did. Maybe one rock width over to the right would have been perfect.
Yep.
Line's okay, looking top 12. Make it come. Bring it, top 12. Go hard.
And now McNeil is up and walking around, which is good to see after that scary looking tumble that he took. He is going back to the hack now to deliver skip rock here.
High guard it
This is the first of McNeil's deliveries in his 6th inning.
Gordon, in a little. Edge of that yellow.
Yes! You gotta know every inch, Melvin. Hard. Help him, Stephen. Help.
Sheet C, as you can hear, is considerably louder than Sheet B. That was Julia DeBaggio here just a second ago. Here's the delivery from McNeil.
It's a little bit, it's got to get off that guard. That guard might do its job
Yeah, they're
after all.
not sweeping it. Oh, it gets past that guard. This could be a beauty.
Oh, no! Oh, he actually was a little too wide and took out his own that was in the forefoot. I did not see that one coming at all.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you do all the right things and then the result is not what you wanted. That's the case there for Alan McNeil. And the injured reserve now lying too. Are you surprised by this call from Aaron Moyer or from the?
I don't think so. I think his main idea here is to make Allen's draw as hard as possible or any path to the forefoot. He's sitting two, he's comfortable with that. And
he'll leave Allen the entire right side of the house.
There's only so many options you can close on. This may have actually, I think you're right, this may have been the harder option to get through the hole. And of course this one, as opposed to his first one, curled a ton. His first one went a little straight, and then this one curled, and he did successfully block that court. So now I think you're right, Allen's only shot now is to draw on the other side. There's not really a shot for multiple points.
No.
So I think you just have to take your medicine and try to draw. You have to almost touch the forefoot. And I think that shot is there if they come around.
Yeah, they're
trying to look up some crazy angles.
Must be in the house. Go hard.
Those are there.
I think if you, the only thing I could see would be if you managed to curl it in there and catch just the left part of the shot rock right now, and also manage to hit the other one that's on the 8-foot. Might see that in a trick shot competition, but I don't think you're going to see that here.
Let me have my dreams, dude.
I believe Alan McNeil just said, "Let me have my dream."
So they are going to try this, the angle run back double.
Huh.
So he's going to hit the red guard into his own red and then try to get both of the yellow shot rocks out.
Yes!
Based on where the other yellow guards are there, I don't think this shot is actually there.
Okay, and he rolls.
It's
No,
very different.
especially there is still backing there. It's not just for the two yellow rocks. You can make contact with the yellow just as easily. Boy, this is hard.
Yeah, I think he actually has to hit more. I guess it also depends on whether or not he's actually trying to throw the double or if he's just trying to tap one of the rocks back into the house to be shot. If he's just trying to tap, that's reasonable. But if he's trying to actually run it back and throw takeout weight, that's a lot harder.
Could be a lot of strain to get a single when there's the whole right side of the house open.
I definitely think that the draw on the other side is a lot easier than just the one.
Go ahead.
But if he thinks he can get the deuce, then
Just take a look.
definitely a we're down 5 call. Correct.
Yeah, yes, Chris, you are correct. This is a
Way
down
wide.
5.
It's not even gonna make
If this were to dink off the one that's on the center line, it would be okay, but it's not going to hit anything. So that is going to be, well, is that 2 or 3?
Steal of 2. Steal of 2 for yellow, and I believe I saw handshakes. So
Yeah. All right, so we will put that down. All right, that was our first result of the day. So let us.
Yes!
Let's show you what we can of sheet C.
Whoa. Clean. Okay.
So on sheet C, Team Groundskeeper Willie took one in the 6th, so they are down one without the hammer in the 7th. Team Shaw is up with hammer. So if you, it looks like Groundskeeper Willie is sitting one currently in the kind of the back corner of the house there. There's one red guard out in front. And Groundskeeper Willie is going to draw another shot in. Try to put some pressure on Team Shaw. Maybe tie it up.
We are to skip rots now. This is the first of those from Groundskeeper Willie. Team Shaw does have the hammer.
I'd like to begin, but the guard's okay.
As you mentioned, this game is very efficient. They're just zooming along.
You gotta stick around.
A full end ahead of sheet D.
Sheet D has not yet finished the 6th.
A in the house, be a guard.
Sheet D, of course, has a couple of people I played with on Wednesday. They're both sweeping now. Cheryl Kamiska and Denny McLean.
This is a pretty decent shot there. Didn't quite get around the guard. He was a little bit wide.
Yeah.
But they are sitting 2.
Yeah. As long as we're shot. Right? You like here with control?
I think so. Mine was starting to use stuff.
Yeah. They held it nicely on the other side of the
Yeah,
center.
but it was like 8.
So sheet A did finish the 6th, but they haven't, again, put the score up. So we're waiting to see what the score is on that sheet.
They are not shaking hands by the looks of things, so perhaps Team Glorianova picked up a couple
I believe they did
points.
score because they threw the first rock. So it's going to be 7 to more than 2. That's about all I know.
7 to more than 2 sounds good. I did not see a ton of rots in play over there, so I'm guessing it was not a 4 or a 5. Courtney Shaw now in the hack for her first delivery. She releases it just at the side of the center line with a bit of weight.
Go, Steven!
Gets past the one guard that you can't really see. And takes out the yellow. It is going to be fairly well exposed.
I think they were hoping to roll just a little bit more. Now it makes Groundskeeper Willie, if they can get the same kind of shot, they might be able to roll behind the guard and be a little more protected, making for these last 5 a bit more difficult.
All right, so this is the last rock of the 7th inning on the way from Groundskeeper Willie.
It's moving. Moving hard.
A really compelling game. Tough to see for Joey DiMaggio and those people out here. And, oh, just passed. It's got to be the worst possible outcome of that shot for Groundskeeper Willie. Because now Courtney Shaw has a draw for 2.
Just unfortunate. It was curling almost right out of his hand and had no chance of holding.
Okay, yeah, I think it's about 14 flat.
Another draw for 2.
Maybe 13-9.
She has to outcount the other yellow that's barely in the 12 foot, so just full 12 will do it.
Sheet D, if you're curious, which is still playing, they're still playing the 6th in. They have 7 guards out in front. Lost Handle looks likely to pick up one here, but they do not have the hammer.
Can't hurt it right now.
All right, here's Courtney Shaw's delivery. It's on the way. Nice and easy. Sweepers are on it, but not too hard.
Can't hurt it. Can't hurt it. Stay on it. Yeah, just stay on it.
And the sweepers are taking it easy now as it gets in there. That is 2 for Team Shaw.
So Courtney Shaw takes a 3-point lead into the 8th inning. They do not have hammer, but I think they're comfortable with that.
want to see what we can do to show you more of Sheet C, which has become our de facto featured game.
I don't want to pick my.
Yes! Line's ahead! Yes! Oh no, line's good. It looks good. What?
So now this one, it'll turn. And now it should show. There you go.
Okay. Thank you to my broadcasting buddy Brian here for showing me how to switch that to Sheet C. So now you have a good diagonal view of Sheet C. They are just now starting the 8th. They're confusing me by not putting the score up, but we do know it is 6-3 after 7. Oh, they have put the score up on Sheet A at last. They are in the 7th. Gloria Nova scored 2.
7-4 now. It is in favor of Flowers of Scotland. And the hammer is currently coming on Sheet D, where Lost Handle is sitting shot rock. It looks like they're going to, Team Shulkin is going to try to play a tricky double tap, see if they can get another rock into the house.
There are indeed 8 guards in front of the house right now. So they're going to try to hit. Let's see.
Trying to hit their own, but it's not quite the
Not
right angle.
No, just missed by a little bit. I think
So that's a steal of 1 for Lost Handle.
Yes, it is, and that is through 6 ends.
You just draw here. Yes, line. Come on, come on.
So sheets A and D are on the 7th end. Sheet C, which we are showing you now, has become our de facto featured game. This is in the 8th. So Groundsweeper Willie will need to create something here.
Oh, just rubbed the guard. Still not a terrible setup for him, but they were hoping to get around that guard, and it was looking really nice too. It was going to draw around and be behind cover. Now it's open hit for Julia.
Yeah, stay on it. 3's good. 9-5.
Delivery on the way from Julie DeBaccio. Sweepers are one sweeper on it. Now both sweepers on it. Can they get that yellow out of there? Yes, they can.
And they kept their red in the back as well. Beautiful shot.
So Team Shaw looking good after the lead rocks here in the 8th and final end. Nothing too much to tell you about the other sheets right now. Sheet A is maybe halfway through the 7th. Sheet D, tune in tomorrow, and we'll get you the conclusion of that game. Now we're getting there, but they have just started the 7th. Groundsweeper Willie. So they're trying to get rid of both of them, and they will get one.
It was just a hair wide on that one, and just didn't come back enough for him.
9-5. I like that one, I think.
Yeah.
We're afraid of putting the guard into the red.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as we're sitting 2, that guard doesn't hurt. Yes.
Yep.
Well, that's an interesting choice here. They did look at the corner guard there for a minute.
Yes.
Their second rocks.
Yes.
We gotta go all the way.
This is the last of the seconds rocks. They were thinking about peeling the corner guard, but as Melvin said, he didn't want to make the shot for them, where they could have peeled the guard into the red and left yellow counting. Stevens is throwing leads. Yep. You're right. And those two are rotating. So they instead they decided to get rid of the rock that was in the house. More dangerous. So
again, all they have to do here is avoid giving up 3.
yeah. And groundskeeper Willie rapidly running out of rocks to do anything there. So it's nice and quiet.
Yeah,
It's got to be careful it doesn't over curl. Look at that, Dingo. That's a little bit
going.
light.
It's going. Yeah, it's not going to. It's essentially doubling the job of the corner guard that's already there.
Sort of don't mind going at him now.
So at this point, Melvin clearly not as worried about running that back into the red. It's pretty hard to actually do that.
Right.
When there's another guard up there, he's going to get one of the two and just peel it out. So.
You can see the yellow rock. You can see Courtney on the left of your screen there. You can see Courtney Shaw holding the broom by the rock that they want to eradicate. You cannot see the farther yellow guard.
He's going to whiff on that one.
He missed. He left his own in the house though, so not disastrous there. Again, not that anything's disastrous. They could have an empty house right now, and that would be just fine with Courtney Shaw and company.
Not real heavy. I'd like to keep it in the house.
Kind of opens a chance for groundskeeper Willie now, though. They have, let's see, 1, 2. They got 4 rocks remaining, and they need to get 3 of them to count. And with the double guards up there, they have a chance to get something covered behind those guards.
It does look like that's what they're attempting here. Sweeper's really on this one, though.
It's originally calling just for a backline tap on the red. It's a little bit light. Still got to make contact with it. That's not terrible.
Made contact with the red, and it's not shot.
But they are going to have to deal with it. So,
would you?
Honestly, the funny thing is, if Melvin throws the exact same shot he just threw, he makes this shot easy.
Right.
Not the one he intended to do the first time, but.
And he certainly won't mind if he completely clears out the house here, which is a possibility.
That one's moving a ton more than the first one.
That really is. I'm not sure it's going to hit the yellow. Well, no, it is.
Oh.
And
just ticked his own on the way by, but.
That's actually a pretty good result. Now you have 1 red that's just biting.
And 1 fully in the 8-foot.
Yeah. And so now
Those
yellow.
2 corner guards are going to be trouble, though. If they can manage to tuck one behind, it could cause some trouble for Team Shaw.
So ground sweeper Willie will have to make its 3 remaining rots count to send this one to. We're not playing a 9th inning. We would do a skips rots at that point.
It's close on the line, but just don't be heavy. The problem is if he doesn't out count one of the. Oh no!
He does not out count red. In fact, it goes through the house, and we will shake hands, and that will be it. All right, so a win there for Team Shaw. All right, we'll see if we can get you to another game.
They didn't want to try to split on.
So both of the remaining games are still in the 7th end. The Shaws and groundskeeper Willie, groundsweeper Willie, were both. They were very fast. So they.
Just get it over. Line's good. It gets over.
Pretty sure you're getting an overhead view of sheet A on the right there.
Yes, it is. So the Red Rocks, red is down by 3, but they are sitting shot rock right now.
red is Catherine Gorianova, who was in the national junior playdowns at some point in the past 2 years, if I remember correctly. Okay, now we have a decent view.
There you go. Oh, Paul is just,
Close.
just a little bit heavy, and I think red remained for shot, so they closed the gap by 1. And look at that, they put the score up right away when they were doing well. So Team Gorianova is going to be down by 2 without hammer in the last end. They're going to have to throw up a lot of guards. This may be one of those cases where the 5 rock free guard rule comes into their advantage. They're going to need a bunch of guards to try to get steal of 2 to tie the game.
Yes.
All right, we'll flip between this view and the overhead of sheet A. That is Catherine Gorianova. That is Catherine Gorianova. Only the broom there. As the first shot is coming in here, it is, of course, a guard. Hugging the center line. Then curling just a little bit away from the center line.
So here's a shot you don't always see in the recreational curling world, is the little tick shot. The pros have gotten really good at this, where they just try to just barely nudge the guard and just kind of move it out of the way a little bit.
Yeah, it does seem to be expected of leads these days. It seems really complicated.
Oh, and that is a beauty. That is about as perfect as you can do as a recreational curler.
Oh my God, and it does.
It stops about a foot away from the wall, which is a beautiful shot.
Yeah. Oh, I threw 3 of those on Wednesday.
On purpose?
No, I did not throw anything close to that on Wednesday. My best shot on Wednesday just created havoc for us because I was supposed to hit and roll, and I did, but it rolled the other way.
Yeah.
So I hit the rock I was supposed to. Just made things much worse.
Updating you on sheet D, they're still throwing skip rocks. They still have 4 rocks to go on that sheet.
Those were my Wednesday teammates over on sheet D, so I hope they've forgiven me by now.
And the guard right there for Team Gorianova came up short. Over on sheet D, the yellow team, Shulkin, is actually sitting shot right now.
Yeah, so
just right on the button.
So we are showing you not much of sheet A right now, but you can see how close that shot, that one that was the guard that was ticked. You can see how close that is to being out of play, but it is legal and in play. So this is an overhead view of sheet D on the right. And that's part of sheet A on the left. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and just switch to, well, no, we'll leave a little bit of A for now. You can see that a shot from Yellow Flowers of Scotland has gone into the house.
There you go. That's the yellow rock. So Catherine is going to throw another guard because she can't afford to not have any guards at all, basically. The only guards are extremely off the side of the sheets right now, and so she needs her team to get another guard and force Flowers of Scotland to try to deal with those.
We'll do a
quick force mistake.
A quick view there, just to show this. We do have a rock on the way. Just a quick view of how it looks, and now here is the shot from Team Gorianova, and it is, they're sweeping like mad to make it across the hog line. It does not.
So that is two guards that they hogged in the past 2 shots that they're going to miss. So now the free guard zone is gone. Not that there's anything to worry about at this point. There basically are no real guards that Flowers of Scotland has to worry about.
They could always take out their own guard if they really want. Not sure that would be necessary.
I think they're just going to end up stacking some more rocks in the house.
Yeah, give you another view of sheet A with Gloria Nova and Flowers of Scotland, and you can see yeah, just another shot, just another rock in the house.
Yeah, and the placement of those rocks is actually very, very good. They're not clogging up the forfeit area. If they really need to at the end, they can still draw. There's nothing for Team Gloria Nova to freeze to. So they immediately just called another guard.
See Gloria Nova there again. Looks like they're again sweeping rather hard.
Just trying to get it across the hog line again.
It does.
And it does make it.
Yeah, gives them a center guard.
What do you want? Take it out? Board?
Not going to switch camera views here because that will show you nothing. It's actually probably the best view of it. Well, no, I can give
think
you.
that's about right. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, that gives you a quick glimpse of what's going on there. Again, Flowers of Scotland up 2 with hammer.
And sitting 2 in the house.
And sitting 2 in the house. So this will be the last of the second drops.
It's a bit light for takeout, but they are going to get rid of the red guard. However, they replaced it only with their own. So that's still a guard, which is kind of dangerous for them. Now Gloria Nova has a really good chance to draw around that guard and get another one in the house. Sheet D, just FYI, Team Lost Handle they should honestly be the ones that are called Team Injured Reserve. They have FL Etlin, who is recovering from a broken ankle, and David is also, he had a hurt back, so he's also hobbled up. And so they have a total of 3 stick curlers, and David, who has a bad back, who's curling normally but gingerly at best. So that may be why they're taking a little longer than the rest of the games. So Gloria Nova trying to draw one in here, and they just needed to get a little bit further. Oh, I think that came up just a hair short. I think it's only counting for second shot now. And it looks like it looks like Paul Schultz is going to just peel that yellow guard. That's the most dangerous rock for them at this point. Anything that's a guard is not good for them.
All right, might be worth a quick look at sheet D here as we are about to. Yeah.
And Paul is definitely happier with that shot. That peeled the guard very nicely. So now there are no guards for Gloria Nova in play at all. Did I not? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just show you the house. All right, there's the house on sheet D.
So yellow is sitting 1 currently, and they have hammer. They're throwing their last rock right now, Team Shulkin. So they are definitely going to be tied up coming home. But he's going to try somehow. I think where does he
there
have
are
the
more guards there than you
I
can
think he's
see.
trying a lot of. I think he thinks that he can run his own back and maybe get a 3 out of it somehow. The yellow that you can see that's just out of the house may be able to be run back into his own yellow to peel out that red in the back.
There is another guard in front of that. This is coming in with a lot of weight. You're going to see a lot of motion on your screen very shortly.
You're sweeping it. It may be close.
Coming in from an angle.
Oh,
No.
just didn't quite get the angle. Almost. That was actually closer than it looked. The angle on the far one was a little harder to see. So now back over to sheet A. Goryanova successfully managed to tap the red up a little bit, and they are now sitting shot. A bit precariously, but still sitting shot. This is the last Vice Rock for Flowers of Scotland. Trying to open it up again a bit more. And they do manage to get the top red out. Remember, Team Goryanova has to score 2 here. They have to steal 2. There are no guards in front of those rocks. So that's what makes it kind of tricky. They are sitting shot rock, but somehow they have to steal 2, and Flowers of Scotland is probably pretty happy right now with where they're sitting, with only skip rocks to come.
Goryanova and Black taking a very long look at this, pondering all the angles. And Goryanova now heading down the ice for skip rocks.
This is a hard one to call. You tend to want to protect your shot rock in one sense, but if you do that, then maybe you almost take away your shot to draw in for 2. So where do you put this rock that Flowers of Scotland is going to have the hardest time dealing with it?
Yeah, it's set up for a possible steal of 1, but a steal of 1 does them no good. This shot is coming in. It is kind of wide. You're going to see it in your left-hand screen very shortly.
Trying to get it to curl a bit. I think they're trying to just freeze down to it, and that is not a bad call. So again, Flowers of Scotland is going to have to deal with that front red. There's a possible double here. If they make this double, the game's over. It seemed like, based on how much the sweepers were going on that one, that was essentially what they called.
There's a slight angle there that could help them get a double here. Well,
it's really easy to potentially just run this back and just dead nose it and leave red still sitting shot. So we'll see how it ends up.
Yes!
That's a good bit of weight on.
It's close. Oh, and he just stuffs it. So
gets 1. So what do you do now? Do you try to draw around all of that to the 4 foot?
You don't even have to be. You just have to be out counting the other 2 yellows. So you have to be full 8. If it curls all the way around behind, then that's fine. But you got to make sure you're counting 2. That actually probably worked out as well as Goryanova could have hoped. They're still sitting shot, and they have a chance to sit 2 after this one. So this is actually a trickier shot than it looks. Remember, see where their broom is on the edge of the 8 foot. They're on the wall side, which sometimes has the tendency to stay straight on that wall side or fall over towards the wall side.
Temperature can be a cruel factor in this game.
I haven't been watching this sheet often that much today to actually see whether or not it was doing that, but as long as they're sitting 2, they're going to make the other team have to make a shot. Sweepers are on this early, trying to make sure it counts.
I think it's going to
hanging
get to
a little bit, but it is going to sit, and it's going to be second shot. It's a real nice shot.
Or shot. Yeah. Actually.
It is shot rock, you're right.
So that's not a bad effort now for Goryanova. They are going to have Flowers of Scotland will have to make a shot. They may have to come around the same way.
It looks like where they're putting the broom, they're going to just follow them in. They're going to throw the exact same shot and just throw a draw.
And now they know how that wall side is going to behave because they just saw Catherine Gorianova shoot, put one right down there.
So at best, Team Gorianova is sitting 2. They could tie it up here. And then they would throw skip rocks to see who wins the game.
All right, that delivery is on the way.
Paul Schultz with a skip rock. They're sweeping it hard. They think, oh, wow, that is curling a ton. That's on the guard. I don't think that's going to help at all.
That is going. I think that's going to hit the yellow guard.
Yeah. Maybe it'll tap it sideways.
Oh, that would have been an interesting outcome, but no, that's going to be a steal of 2, and we're going to have. I guess they will do skip rocks.
They're going to do skip rocks. That was what we were told at the beginning of the draw.
And we will see which direction. Okay, they will be going to the far side.
They're gonna. I think they're just gonna throw the rocks back to the near.
All right. So.
Yeah, so I think we're in the correct view. So.
All right. So we should get the far.
Since red stole 2 on that, theoretically yellow has the hammer, so they have the option of.
Oh no, they are coming near.
They're coming back. Yep.
Okay.
So Team Gorianova is going to throw the first rock as skip rocks. She knows exactly this line that she just threw, and so she's going to throw it again, and they're just going to try to draw right into the forklift. This one's looking a bit heavier than her previous rock, but it's really nice, actually. It's coming down pretty good.
Oh,
that picked.
That picked. That certainly did. That took a...
It picked, but it is in the forefoot. I mean, they kind of came up. It looked like it was going to be a little heavy, and then all of a sudden it took a turn. Almost fully in the forefoot.
They seem fairly happy with it. The old-fashioned stick measurement now. Measuring on a broom.
And so now Paul Schultz is going to have to draw the full forefoot to get the win here. GD is still on Vice Rocks after Shulkin tied it up there in a tie game in the 8th end. And Team Lost Handle is currently sitting 2.
They had built a nice wall of 3 red rods just across the front of the house, literally in a wall, like as if you were taking a free kick in soccer. That has been disrupted a good bit since then, but they've thrown up another guard on the one they have in the house.
You want to switch to the...
All right, let's get a look at
Paul Schultz's rock is on the way. Sweepers are not touching this one. He even took a little bit wider line, I think, than Gorianova did.
Oh boy, is this going to stop?
The Vice is waving it to stop. It's waving it to stop.
I don't think it will.
Oh, it's very close. Oh my goodness. I don't know, that's close.
Oh boy, that might have just hung on. Boy, maybe they should have used They should have used a different stick. They're shaking hands, so we don't know. We are both waving to try to get their attention.
Red?
Red.
It was red. It was red, just by a hair.
So Team Gorianova, now bear in mind, after 5 ends, they were down 7-2.
What a comeback. That was an amazing comeback. They never gave up.
All right, so we will show you what's left on sheet D, but my goodness, what a...
Nope, here. There we go. That was an amazing comeback there, yeah.
All right, so we are showing you the house now.
So this is the first skip rock for Chad Shulkin. He's facing 3 currently. And it looks like he's going to try a little hit and roll off of the red there.
All right, we can give you 2 views of that now.
This has also been a really tight game. There's only been a couple of deuces scored in this whole game of playing. And now basically Chad's going to have to go all out for a steal, and that's the only reason that red is sitting 3 right now. Waiting for this one to curl a bit, see if it'll curl a bit. Curl a bit. Didn't quite get it. But that could be a usable rock for his next one.
Yeah.
So Team Lost Handle is going to have to protect against that right now.
This will be the first of the skip rots for them. It's like David Schwanger and FL Etten are taking a good look at this. And Schwanger is kind of jogging back down the ice. We have 15 minutes till the next game. I don't know that
well, we appreciate that they're trying to keep it moving along at least.
They are indeed, especially for those of us who have to drive back to Northern Virginia after this game.
I don't have to drive back till much later.
Are you here for the next game?
I am here until, well, my next game, my own personal next game is at 6:30. So,
are you the webcaster for this game? For the next game?
Alan McNeil is officially the webcaster. I may jump in again.
Okay.
Assuming that he is okay to broadcast. I believe he is. He seems to be smiling back there right now after his fall earlier.
All right.
So this is just a guard for David. He's trying to get it across. Denny and Cheryl sweeping hard.
And again, you can see they are my Wednesday teammates.
Nicely done. They did make it across.
Yes, they did.
So Chad is down to his last chance. And it looks like he's just going to try the straight draw. Or if it overcurls. So the last guard for Lost Handle perhaps overcurled a little bit. So it looks like he's just going to try to tap his own yellow back towards the other red.
I got like a sliver of it.
So Chad is letting his teammate know that he only can see about a sliver of the yellow rock, which honestly is probably about as much as he needs to see of it. It's a really, really long guard. So he's just going to try to tap his own yellow back towards the other red that's in the forefoot. He's got to make this in order to make David make his last shot. This one will not go to skip rocks because there are plenty of rocks in the house. It's not going to be a play. Somebody's going to win.
Someone wearing a nice...
If it's a little heavy, you got to play the straight run back into the red. Oh, it's really close. That's a beauty.
They seem
what a shot.
They seemed so disgusted with it when it was partway down the ice.
And you know why that is? Perfect. You know why that is? It's because that's his daughter that was sweeping. So she's always disgusted with her dad.
His daughter.
Look at her. She's shaking her head. I can't believe he actually made that shot. I thought he missed it. And Dad's like, of course I made it. Duh.
His daughter wearing a Bemidji sweatshirt. That is a hotbed of curling.
So now, all of those guards that Team Lost Handle had up are kind of working against them now. The only thing that I think they have is they're going to try to run back the yellow that Chad just threw and pick the other yellow off of the button somehow.
Oh, boy.
Extremely high difficulty shot.
Yeah, the more you look at this, the more perfect that shot was, because there is not an easy way to the button. And you do have to either get to the button or dislodge that yellow. There is nothing else that helps.
There's definitely no draw path, so you're going to have to get rid of that yellow somehow.
Yeah.
The saving grace for him is that if they somehow lose both the red and the yellow that are in the far foot,
They have the out.
he does have the red that's out counting.
All right, fair amount of weight coming down here.
They're sweeping hard. They're trying to hold it. See if they can get it. Oh, he made a beautiful shot! What a shot! That was a tremendous shot.
And that is going to be 7-5 that lost handle. People behind me are asking for a replay. I don't know how I could do that.
I don't think we have that capability.
But boy, that was the shot of the Bonspiel so far.
Like they played a run back double off the buttons.
All right, so we have finals all the way across the board.
Really good games too. I mean, all around. Maybe except the exception of our feature sheet. Everybody with some amazing shot making. Great games.
I am going to do what I did for the last round of games and type in the scores in the chat window, and then before I switch over to the next round of games.
So congrats to teams Gorianova, Injured Reserve. Who else won? Team Shaw and Team Lost Handle. All winners. They are going to be back later tonight. And be sure to join us for our next games, which start at 2:30, very shortly now. And we will have a whole new set of games for you.
Well, thank you for bearing with me. This is Bo Dewar signing off. Yeah. All right, so you see there all four of your scores from the noon games. I did not get a handle on who's playing in this round. Let me see if I can get a look now.
That's right.